Changes are afoot at Radio New Zealand, with the public service broadcaster blaming funding cuts. And let's have a little chat about how broadcaster and journalist McRoberts discovered his email was hacked. With all of that, the media insider himself, Shayne Currie, here to talk through the news of the week about the news of the week. Shayne, good morning.
Morning, Gar. How are you going?
Well, I don't know.
Fitting in well. Ratings never higher, apparently.
Read all about it.
We're all waiting to hear.
I feel a sense of dread now. Thank you very much for that. It always
nice
adds
to see
the
you.
nice to see you. Look, so let's talk about Radio New Zealand. They are looking at ditching sort of a youth brand that they had on the cards there. What's going on there?
That's right. Well, you'll remember that in budget earlier this year, that the government's cut RNZ funding over the next 4 years by $18 million.
They pumped it up quite a bit and then they didn't spend it all, did they?
Yeah, that's true. There was a surplus for a little while there. But the editors at RNZ have had to now take the scalpel to, a lot of their operation.
Right.
And what's emerged in the last week has been a proposal to axe Tahi, which is their youth brand. And that's been around for about 4 years. I don't know if you remember, but back in 2020, there was a proposal to axe RNZ Concert, which of course
really got them going, didn't it?
Raised merry hell across not just the media sort of industry, but the politicians jumped in.
Yeah.
RNZ Concert was saved. A year later, Tahi was born as the youth network. It didn't go on air as such, but it has been an online streaming platform. Unfortunately for those staff, there is a proposal that they're going to exit and focus on other material within RNZ's current platforms itself.
Which is kind of odd when you think that you're trying to sort of be relevant to a younger demographic of people and say, hey, what we've got to offer relates to you. Let's get some people who actually speak, I don't know, I'm going to be kind here, brain rot English. No. Who speak the language and can actually connect with the issues that matter to those people.
Yeah, totally. And I think all media companies are grappling with how they do target that sort of 16 to 24-year-old bracket. And, NZME's the same, Stuff is the same, RNZ's in the boat at the moment. And I do think social media plays a big role in that. But unfortunately with Tahi, what we're seeing is the numbers have just been drifting a little bit in the last year or so.
I think we're doing a bit better here on Herald Now. So let's just hope we can stick with that.
It's all up to you, Garth.
No pressure then. Sunday advertising, Father's Day this Sunday. We can't see a lot of advertising about all kinds of things on a Sunday. Is that going to change?
Yeah, so the government for the last year and a half has had a proposal before Parliament that the ban on Sunday morning TV advertising would be lifted. And that was meant to be the immediate, very quick and easy first step in the media rescue package that Paul Goldsmith had put forward. Unfortunately, it's been held up. Surprisingly...
Like so much.
Surprisingly, I guess, within the coalition now, it's like herding cats in terms of the media rescue package. You've got the ACT Party, which is opposed to the Fair Digital News Bill. You've got New Zealand First, which is now opposed to lifting the ban on Sunday TV advertising because they say that there's shows in that slot, and you'll know this coming from TVNZ, there are shows in that slot that don't necessarily lend themselves to commercialisation, that they'll be endangered if TVNZ suddenly given reins to pour commercials into that time slot.
And you'd say maybe they'd chuck a whole bunch of stuff on other channels that are running and run them, cricket or whatever, or sporting fixtures that would run outside. But
potentially they've got TVNZ Plus now, of course, where they could land a lot of that great material. I mean, if you look at it, you've got Praise Be, you've got Q&A, you've got very specialist but important niche audiences that TVNZ could cater to, not necessarily just on TVNZ1 itself. It could go to TVNZ Plus.
Yeah, but as you say, it's just fallen over at the gates because there's too much.
Labor and National are both supporting it. It's just being held up at the moment through parliamentary process. The government's got this huge roll of legislation that it's trying to get through by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And the media package is falling down the priority list.
Could that be why it's decided not to do something else as well? We're talking about NZ on air and some mergers with the Film Commission.
They've scrapped that entirely. So I've revealed that this morning in the column as well, Garth, where the proposal to merge New Zealand on air and the New Zealand Film Commission, the two funding agencies, it made sense to a lot of people. It's what happens in Australia as TV, online, cinema kind of converges, they've decided that they'll retain New Zealand On Air and the Film Commission as they currently are.
It all feels like these decisions are happening too late though, right? Because we were hearing earlier in this week that there's been an exodus of directorial and screenwriting and those kinds of talent to Australia because they've already got their system up and running. They've long had a much stronger system, an industry system of supporting stars and productions being made there. I mean, this is all sort of fiddling while Rome burns, isn't it?
Well, precisely, and that is the accusation from Labor this morning, that it's all very piecemeal. Now, I think the media companies themselves, my sense is, talking to a lot of the executives and chief executives and so forth, is that they're just getting on with the job now. You saw a great result, several great results actually, from various publicly listed media companies in the last week or two. I think they're probably, while they are still wanting and hoping for government support, they're getting on with the job as the economy starts to return.
Yeah, I got an email yesterday. I got an email from my old mate Mike McRoberts.
We all did. We thought,
telling me to look at something. I'm like, what is this? Doesn't look like so. Is this your copy of your new book, Mike? No, it wasn't, was it? What happened?
Yeah, unfortunately, Mike has been fallen prey or victim to a hacking scam out of Mexico, of all places, where politicians, business leaders, journalists, anyone, I guess, on his contact list, received this email from his email address.
If you didn't get one, don't feel neglected.
No. But we all felt that we had received a personal email from Mike. If you had clicked on the link that was within that email, you're in trouble. Hackers get access to your personal data. NBR has said, because it came from Mike's NBR address, has said that it's tidied up the security arrangements. Mike himself was on stage at an event in Christchurch and suddenly his phone was blowing up, he said, from all sorts of characters around the country.
Yeah, bloody nightmare, I think is what he told me. Anyway. Right, Shayne Currie there, NZME, editor at large and the media insider. I feel like maybe I just survived a job interview somehow. There we go.